let you show.
Welcome to the show, Minnie.
Well, thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
You look beautiful.
Well, and so do you in your blue.
Thank you, thank you. And your blue looks fabulous, and I know why you wear color. Because color is something that you mix up as an artist.
Absolutely.
I've seen you on many occasions throughout Chicago. I saw you at the DuSable Art Fair.
Yes.
Barbara Bates had an event, and you were set up there as well.
Absolutely.
Wow, you really get around with your art. Tell us about your creations, and when did you begin painting?
Well, I started painting when I was in high school, but it goes farther back than that because I always knew that I would be an artist, and started making, this is a joke in my family, spaghetti, macaroni pictures on paper plates with Elmer's glue. So that was my specialty at 4 years old.
Well, we did that in elementary school,
In elementary school, right.
I hadn't thought about that in a long time.
And so I would glue it down and paste them and paint them, and it was just something that I always knew that I would be a creative person.
But wait, you did that outside of school?
I did that at 4 at the house.
Oh, before school.
Before
you
school.
even know we were doing that. That's amazing.
So, so then I started getting more formal education in terms of art in high school. Went to Lindblom Tech. We had a great art program there because the teacher was, she also taught at a college, so she would teach the same curriculum across the board. So it worked out well for me because by the time I went to college, even though I wasn't a specific art major, I majored in marketing and advertising.
Yes.
And a minor in design and illustration. But so I was able to, my first 2 years, I just sailed through because of the teaching that I had.
Yes.
So, and then after I graduated from college, I stopped painting actually for about 15 years.
Get out of here.
And because I was caught up in corporate America, and anybody who's been in corporate America know a lot of times they just suck the life out of you.
Yes.
I was an art director at several ad agencies, and
being an art director, what did you have to do?
well, we had a lot of corporate accounts like Sears and KB Toys when they were around, Home Depot, Ulta, to name a few. And basically, I would do the layout and design for the mailers that you see in the newspapers. So, so that was that. And then I would have some jobs that was a little bit more creative in terms of.
Well, that's interesting to know that you were behind all of that.
Some of it.
Yes. We get mailers all the time, and I never thought to think of who's producing these.
Yeah.
The art director for that. That's interesting to know, and some young people may be interested in something like that too, who has studied art. Is that what made you go to that position?
Well, I studied as a graphic designer.
Okay.
And so because my degree was in marketing, advertising, I was able to, pretty much go to about any ad agency and work.
Okay.
So that's kind of propelled me into that arena. It wasn't as creative as I would like at that time, but it was a really good experience in terms of how to deal with corporate America, how to be efficient and get things done in excellence.
Okay, so he prepared you that way. God has prepared you as far as your business.
Absolutely.
And yes, being disciplined in that arena.
Yeah, and now that I'm an entrepreneur and self-employed, the skill set and then being able to be a self-starter was really, that was my foundation for that.
Okay, good.
So.
Good. And then you discovered, well, you know what? I'm tired of corporate America. I'm gonna go home and paint tonight because y'all just made me mad today. Is that how it went?
Well, not quite. Well, a little
Okay.
bit.
Oh, okay.
Actually, a little bit. Well, you know, my mom lived with me for some years, and after she passed away, and a series of events, you know, happened, I said, you know, I'm gonna go back to my first love, and we're gonna start painting. I threw the first art show in my house.
No.
And I set up easels I had this big dining room, living room. I set up easels and all the way through the house and concocted some stuff. And in terms of just putting like boxes on a table and draping
That
it
is
and
nice.
made 2 tiers of art, and it was great actually. And I made that day I made my mortgage, and that kind of propelled me to, I mean, it encouraged me to just keep going.
So you sold your original at that time.
Yeah, I saw originals.
Do you get attached to your originals?
No.
I do.
And not really, because I figure as long as I'm here, I can create more. And
Right.
that's what, you know, I'm a creative. So if I think I feel like if I'm holding on to something that I've already done, it kind of keeps me from exploring new things.
Okay.
So I like to keep on exploring, pushing the limits, and just to see how far I can go and what I can come up with that would
Okay.
work.
Okay.
And then just like some of the work behind us, it was
So
a story
beautiful.
behind all of
We're
it.
going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about this fabulousness that you have brought to the Karina Mitchell Show. And how was it setting up outside at the DuSable? Then you got jazz going on, and then you have art going on, and then you have people stopping by.
Well, it's I do a lot of shows, so
Okay.
I exhibit like all over the country in
Very
places.
good.
So the DuSable, I like it because it's home, and then I also had things for sale in the DuSable, like in their gift shop. So
Very good.
a lot of people knew that. So when they would see my stuff, they would come by, and I like the outdoor shows because they're always exciting to me. You know, and DuSable was all they know how to throw a party. Everything is party. I mean, in the sense of they really know how to do
Yes.
things. So I just love to meet people. I love being outdoors.
Now, that's good, but we're going to move on to Art Basel. She was able to go to Art Basel in Miami, Florida.
Yeah, that was an experience. That was my second time going, but my first time exhibiting.
Okay.
So I'm part of a group called Pigment International,
Interesting.
and Pigment, you know, they do a lot of things for artists in terms of creating opportunities. So I went with Pigment. We had a sub show, because anybody that's been to Art Basel, they know that it's like probably 50 to 75 shows going on all
Okay.
over the city at the same time. So we had a show, and it was incredible. It was, you know, the people received it. We got write-ups in
Wow.
the newspaper, on people talking about us on the radio, along with.
So is that group international? I mean, like from national, or is it just based in the Chicago area?
No, we're branching out totally in the national. It's only
Okay.
been in existence 1 year,
Okay.
a little over a year, and so, but their goals and the platform that they use, you know, for artists, you know, they take artists who already have careers and try and expand them. So we have plans to go to Art Paris, and along with, you know, of course, going back to Art Basel
Yes.
and some other places around the country.
Okay. Excellent. Well, we're going to take a quick break, you all. And I can sit here and talk with Minnie. This is Minnie Watkins. I can sit here and talk with her for about 2 hours, believe me. But when we come back, we're going to showcase some of her work, and she's going to tell you her desire and what made her create what she created here today. So don't you dare go away. And we still got Marlon Underwood that's coming to the show. I'm Karina Mitchell. Get your friends and family and tell them that the Karina Mitchell Show is on. Bass production, baby.
Karina Mitchell Show.
Welcome back. I'm Karina Mitchell, and I'm with Minnie Watkins. And Minnie is a beautiful artist, and she's been traveling the world showcasing her art. And now she's here on the Karina Mitchell Show. And she's here by way of JLM Gallery, which is right here in Gary, Indiana.
Absolutely.
I called Joseph Martin. I was like, Joe, do you have any artists that I can feature? He was like, sure. I have Minnie Watkins, and here she is. I'm so thankful. Thanks, Joe. That was a good one. Now, Minnie, let's talk about this beautiful work of art right here. I am telling you, I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless because of the color, the design, the woman, the lips, the headpiece. What is going on in the headpiece?
Well, actually, it's part of my hair series.
Okay.
So it was so much controversy about women of color hair, whether or not we wore it straight or we wore it natural, as curly or whatever we decided to do to it. It was always a problem. So I wanted to depict hair any other way than painting hair. So on some pieces, on this particular piece, I wanted to use a lot of color. I purposely made it a graduated color where it starts from the tone and then the tone gets darker at the top.
Oh.
You have everything from texture papers to leather here
I see
to
that.
other pieces of from other paintings.
Yes.
And to construct her hair.
Yes. Now, this medium is acrylic, isn't it?
It's acrylic.
Right. It has a beautiful shine to it as well.
Right. It's a medium that I put on top of the piece after
Does
I'm
it
done.
preserve it?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
And it allows it not to get scratched and other things.
Excellent, excellent.
But it also makes the color a lot richer.
Okay.
So-
Because it almost looks like an oil once you
Yeah.
put that medium on it.
Yeah, it usually the way I blend, a lot of times people think I'm painting in oils.
This is amazing. This is amazing. Let's move over to the next work of art here.
So this particular piece, well, not the particular piece, but the whole concept came about. I wanted to depict community, and I was always painting people and everything so tight and rigid, and I wanted to paint something that's a little bit different. And so this is my idea of painting abstract. So it's a series of houses, and if you ever look at my website, you'll see this same house depicted many ways, but they mean things. Like it talks about family. Families are usually built on a foundation.
Okay.
So, and everything that we go through is who we become later on, whether or not it's an aha moment from, to stop doing what we were doing, whatever. But this piece is, to me, like represents a family
Yes.
or community.
Right.
So
That's amazing because I love abstract because abstract can be so many things. If you see a picture, it's a picture. right?
absolutely,
But when you look at abstract, everybody sees it different.
absolutely,
Everybody paints different with abstract.
yes.
And then I can do some abstract, and I promise it's a bird in it, and it's not a bird in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and I wanted to use a different color palette on this, so we
Yes.
had a series of red ones.
Yes.
So with this particular one, I wanted it red that graduates to orange and yellows. And
Okay, now let's talk about this last piece you have.
so this particular series is a part of my music series.
Okay,
And I
great.
paint a lot in black and white. Recently, I started incorporating color in my black and white. But I wanted to show the emotion. I love how pictures seem to move when you are painting musicians. It's like you can hear the music through the piece. And then the actual
Lights, cameras, and action.
yes, and I painted it in a really weird way where it's this is in the foreground and his head is kind of like in the background. It's a little so
Right.
the perspective is a little different.
You're an amazing artist. You really are. And come over here with me.
All right.
Because we're going to wind this segment up. And Minnie is an amazing artist. You can find her where?
On minniewatkinsart.com.
Okay.
And you can find me on Minnie R Watkins on Facebook and Instagram.
Right. And she has a lot of prints. So if you're not into really originals, you can also order prints from her as well.
Mugs and pillows.
We're going to wrap this up, and next up will be Marlon Underwood. Don't you dare go away. My Life Entertainment. I'm Karina Mitchell with Beauty, Art, Style, and Entertainment.
The Karina Mitchell Show is a fresh new concept that packages the latest information in beauty, business, art, style, and entertainment. In a 30-minute television format, your host, Karina Mitchell, stays on the cutting edge of evolving trends. In each episode, she brings to you in-studio interviews and on-location coverage. Karina has a marquee of spectacular fashion design, creative art showings, beauty presentations, and entertainment for consumers hungry for quality programming. The show reaches over 15 million viewers in a 4-state radius on Channel 62, The Wave. She boasts the best of positive images, which makes her the leader in entertainment circles. She connects with the show's core demographics, women and men consumers between the ages of 25 to 55, whose pursuit of style and entertainment has made them regular viewers of the show. Our objective is to create marketing partnerships that enhance brand awareness, drive demand, increase sales, and make an impact on new consumers. The Karina Mitchell Show is positioned to offer your company an opportunity to reach
So what's
that
some of the
market.
new techniques that
Well,
they may be interested in when they come to your shop?
well, we use like royal black to enhance the hairline.
Okay.
I had to fight Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I beat all 3 women.
Whoa, that's an amazing story. Yeah.
That's when he
what is
said,
your
"Oh,
weight
you really
class?
can fight."
What's your weight class?
A lightweight,
I
135.
like the outdoor shows because they're always exciting to me. You know, and DuSable is all they know how to throw a party. Everything is party.
Shattered but Not Broken gives an account of a situation that I was in. I was diagnosed for lung cancer, told surgery was necessary, only to find out after being in surgery for 7 hours, there was no cancer.
Karina Mitchell Show.